Imagine a company so powerful that Wall Street loved it. Employees became millionaires, and magazines called it the most innovative company in America. Now imagine that same company collapsing almost overnight, wiping out billions of dollars, destroying thousands of lives, and becoming the symbol of corporate greed. Today, we're telling the full story of Enron, how it rose to the top of the business world, and how one massive fraud turned it into one of the biggest corporate disasters in U.S. history. Enron was created in 1985 from the merger of two gas pipeline companies. At first, it was just a normal energy company that transported natural gas. But everything changed in the 1990s when Kenneth Lay became CEO and later brought in Jeffrey Skilling. Skilling had a bold idea. He wanted Enron to stop being just a gas company and become an energy trading company. Instead of only selling gas, Enron started trading electricity, broadband internet, and even weather futures. Wall Street loved this idea. Enron's stock price exploded from around $10 to over $90. Employees were paid in stock options. Some became millionaires overnight. Fortune magazine named Enron America's most innovative company 6 years in a row. To the outside world, Enron looked unstoppable. But behind the scenes, Enron had a serious problem. Many of its projects were losing money. Some failed completely. If investors had known the truth, the stock price would have crashed. So executives decided to hide the losses. They used a method called mark-to-market accounting. This allowed Enron to record future profits as current profits. If a project was expected to make money over 10 years, Enron booked all that profit immediately. But when those projects failed, the losses were not recorded. Instead, Enron moved the losses into secret shell companies called special purpose entities. These off-the-books companies had names like LJM, Chuco, and Raptors. On paper, Enron looked profitable. In reality, it was drowning in debt. The main architect of the fraud was Enron's CFO, Andrew Fastow. Fastow created dozens of shell companies to hide Enron's losses. He even personally profited from them. Money flowed in circles from Enron to fake companies and back into executives' pockets. CEO Jeffrey Skilling knew what was happening but allowed it to continue. Why? Because the stock price stayed high. And high stock prices meant power, bonuses, and fame. Greed took over. In 2001, an Enron employee named Sharon Watkins sent a private letter to CEO Kenneth Lay. She warned him that the company's accounting was illegal and that Enron could collapse. Instead of fixing the problem, top executives tried to silence concerns. They kept telling investors that everything was fine, but journalists and regulators started investigating. The truth was about to come out. In late 2001, Enron was forced to admit that it had overstated profits and hidden massive debt. Investors panicked. The stock price crashed from $90 to less than $1 in a matter of weeks. On December 2nd, 2001, Enron filed for bankruptcy. It was the largest corporate bankruptcy in U.S. history at that time. Thousands of employees lost their jobs. Many lost their retirement savings because they were paid in Enron stock. Investors lost billions of dollars. Lives were destroyed overnight. CFO Andrew Fastow was sent to prison for his role in the fraud. Jeffrey Skilling was convicted and sentenced to prison as well. Founder Kenneth Lay died before his trial could begin. Enron's auditing firm, Arthur Andersen, was shut down for destroying evidence. The entire corporate world was shaken, After Enron, the U.S. government passed new laws to make corporate accounting stricter. The Enron scandal taught the world one powerful lesson. No matter how big a company becomes, greed and corruption can destroy it. And sometimes, the greatest collapse comes from the greatest success.